First of all, I think it's a huge honor for the Hyperface team that we are here today. I think much of the talk around how banking can be elevated is all about user experiences. If you look at global examples of neobanks, some of which have started sprouting in India as well, they're all run on the pitch of going user first and working things backwards. Banks have always been about back end first and front end later. Customers used to walk into a branch, but today's customers are different. They are digital natives. They come into digital interfaces and they expect a Google and Amazon like experience with their banking apps, and that's where a player like Hyperface comes in. We tend to think of every product, every API user first. For example, a milestone API is something that we introduce to the ecosystem for a customer to track their credit card spend, to track their annual fee waiver. Today, digital interfaces simply do not exist. That's what Hyperface brings to the table. We try and make using a credit card as digitally intuitive as possible for the users, and we work very closely with banks and co-brands to offer this. That's an interesting question. When we started Hyperface, 1 out of 4 credit cards issued were co-branded cards. Today it is 1 out of 3. And the industry chit chat is this number is only going to increase. Even the number of clients we have signed up, we have about 10, 11 co-brand clients as we speak. I think the very important thing about co-brands is going back to digital natives. Much of the brand affinity is coming from the apps that you're using. When that particular product offers a co-branded card, while a co-branded plastic was always a loyalty inducer, because wherever I shopped, I got points at my favorite store. With digital interface and digital first experiences, it becomes integrated into your brand experiences, and that's why it becomes very important to brands, because brands are today fighting for salience. The more I give occasion for a customer to come into my app, the better it is to nudge them to buy something. So from that point of view as well, I think co-branded cards are here to stay, and we'll see the rise and rise of them, and I think it's a great space we are in. Again, thanks a lot for the question. So Hyperface works very closely with banks and brands. While we are today the definitive credit cards platform, the more we work with banks, we understand that there is much gap in terms of how experiences are offered to users. We are going beyond credit cards now in terms of bank level reward programs, in terms of bank level turnkey projects which banks are trusting to do with us. So I would say that the wave of manual processes being digital, right? I've been in digital banking for over a decade now. I would say was the first wave. More and more what we will see is, AI is coming. There are new digital interfaces that will keep getting upgraded. So the need for a tech player who thinks digital first user experiences is always going to be there, and that's the gap I see players like us fulfilling, Anjali.